Wednesdays. Happy Wednesdays, guys. And I'm so happy I got butterflies. Oh, blush up, please. Never mind, we are seated with my friend, a very special friend of mine, Nelisiwe Kumalo. Welcome, friend.
Hi, friend. It's been a long time. Hey.
Guys, we're seeing each other today. This is 2026. I think the last time we saw each other is 2019.
19. We're our final year.
It's okay.
Oh no. Yeah, it's really kind of like.
You.
No, I've been well.
Okay.
I think life has its ups and downs, but like so far everything's going well.
Okay.
I think with God being on our side, everything is just flowing.
Okay, no, that's nice. I love that. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Employment Wednesdays, and thank you so much for being like one of my best cheerleaders. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for honoring this invite. So before we go into our chat, our icebreakers, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, what you studied, what you're currently doing, just short and brief, and then the rest we're gonna find out.
Okay. So as Yvonne has said, my name is Nelisiwe Kumalo. I'm an LLB graduate from the University of Johannesburg, the famous university.
The great university.
I'm saying the University of Johannesburg, one of the most greatest university. So me and Yvonne studied together from 2016 until 2019. And then from there, I did my articles, became an attorney in 2022. 2023, I became a conveyancer. 2024, a notary. So I'm a triple threat.
Yeah.
A notary, a conveyancer, and an attorney. So I specialize in property law. I do property transfers, registration of mortgage bonds, notarial deeds, and all of those things.
Okay, I love that. So guys, I think it's very important to highlight the way she's like, I got admitted with as a conveyancer, then as a notary, moving on like it's nothing. In this country, in South Africa, they could be a conveyancing exam seating and only one person passes. So today also she's going to share with us, how do you nail that conveyancing exam? Because we know like it's been tough. A lot of the times they say it's gate kept. I mean, you understand property has a lot of money. We don't know, but we're going to find out. So we're going to start off with our icebreakers. No?
Okay.
So the first one is artificial intelligence is changing almost every profession, right? And we see now clients actually go to ChatGPT before they come to us, right? Before they go to an attorney, before they ask for legal advice. Like I think it's so crazy how a person comes to you asking for legal advice, but they've already made up their mind because ChatGPT has said something to them, or people online, Twitter, everywhere have said something to them. What is the worst advice that you've ever seen on the internet where you're like, guys, no, stop misleading people?
I think in my space, that would be when people buy property and they just want to exchange money.
Okay.
They don't even like realize, okay, there's like a whole convincing process where documents are drafted.
Yeah.
Everything goes to the deeds office. It's not like, they're like, no, I bought this property and now what my title did, I gave this person money. I'm like that's not how buying. You go on Facebook Markets, you have yourself a house. And then I'm like, no, I bought
Can I get my house in my hand?
and I want a title deed. I'm like,
This is
how
how
do
it
you get a title deed without even like going through the process? So yeah.
No, I completely
Yeah.
I hear you. And then coffee or tea?
Coffee once, tea all the way. Yeah.
Tea all the way. Okay. Would you rather be drafting contracts or meeting clients, and why?
I prefer drafting
Mm-hmm.
because then again, I apply my mind.
Okay.
I think that's one of my biggest strengths
Okay.
is actually me like working on an actual document.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the client, it's always clashing with personalities because you know how clients are.
Yes.
They think they know better than
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
So I prefer the
Okay.
document.
Okay. No, love that. And then sneakers or high heels every day? If you had to pick one, but imagine this is your state of being until Christ comes.
Listen, I'm a lawyer. I'll go for the heels.
Okay. And then WhatsApp voice notes or typed messages?
Voice notes. I think because I prefer calls more than
Okay.
texts. Yeah.
Okay. No, I also really prefer voice notes, typing and stuff. Because I feel like sometimes with typing, it's easy for a person to read something out of context. So you can be writing a joke and then the
someone
person reads
interprets
it
it
like as an
somehow.
angry note.
Yeah.
But I use like
see?
a voice note,
Yeah.
you can tell the tone of the voice and so on. Okay, so now I want us to go into your childhood, right? When you grew up, what did you think you'd be, and what was the inspiration behind that?
So I think I always wanted to be a lawyer.
Really?
Yes, 'cause
Okay.
the story is just nice and hilarious
Hmm.
because I was doing grade 7. So was I 13 or 12? Somewhere
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
And then my cousin was actually graduating in Grahamstown.
Okay.
She did BA law.
Okay.
So I was like, no, one day I want to be like my cousin.
Hmm.
I want to be a lawyer. So
Hmm.
that's when it started. I
Okay.
always knew I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay. So
So yeah.
before grade 7, you didn't have any aspirations. You know how sometimes.
That is, as a black child, you always wanted to be a doctor. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
So
you also had a
before
doctor
then,
era.
yes. Before then, I was like, okay, I need to be a doctor and I need to make money. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then now you knew that you wanted to be a lawyer. Did you have an idea of what it took, what you needed to do? Did you then ask your cousin and all of that? How do you end up applying for your LLB?
So fortunately enough, I had my dad. He
Okay.
was an academic.
Okay.
So he was like my role model. I
Hmm.
looked up to him.
Hmm.
So he was like, no, if this is the route you want to take, okay, your English has to be good, your mathematics has to be good,
Okay.
you need to work hard. And then closer to the time, we would actually like inquire with
Okay.
universities. And then you'll get to have like someone who's going to cheer you on,
Okay.
yeah, and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So your dad was also like a lecturer in law or different field of study?
My dad was in education.
Oh, in
Yeah.
education. Okay. No, I see. Probably he thought, okay, let me put her on. Were you also those people like who were taken to work by the, because I know teachers and principals and lecturers are
Yeah.
notorious for taking their kids to work.
Actually, he will take me to work sometimes on a Saturday. I will go
Really?
with him.
You go to campus
Yeah,
and yeah.
and you go to these classes and then you see like your older people there,
Hmm.
and then you're like, okay, this is how it happens. And then he keeps introducing me there to those people. And then
Yeah.
everyone is just seeing a little girl who's just excited to cheer on and like be there. But yeah, I was taken to one of those like a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, that's good. And then now you're in grade 12, right? You pass your prelims, you start applying for university. Actually, guys, by the way, university applications are opened. Make sure you apply to avoid like situations with late applications. And now because everyone is doing so well, guys, everyone is getting 7 distinctions and so on. So the competition is very tough. So the earlier the better. Because now I don't think it's just academic excellence that now secures you the spot. Even when you make your application. So please make sure that you're applying as soon as you can. So now you have applied, right? Which universities did you applied at, and what led you to deciding to choose the great University of Johannesburg?
I think it chose me.
Okay.
So law was my first option,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had pharmacy as the second option.
Okay.
So I applied
Also, you
to
actually considered going the science route.
yes, because
But
I
also,
needed to have a second option.
I see your face as a pharmacist. You actually
Oh
do
wow!
actually you look like those people who are actually wearing the coat, the
Yeah.
glasses, and they're gonna help you with your meds and so on.
Mhm.
So like it makes sense. I see it. It's not
Yeah.
far off. Okay.
So I then applied to TUT. That was
Okay.
the only university that had pharmacy,
Okay.
and then law with UJ,
Mm-hmm.
and then University of Fort Hare as well.
Okay.
Um, and I also applied to University of Free State, but the Bloemfontein one, I
Mhm.
actually didn't want to like be at closer to my hometown.
Yeah.
So yeah, I applied to quite a few because I
Mm-hmm.
needed like to have options.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was me in grade 12. That was early, I think around March.
Okay.
Yes, I did that.
Okay. So then, how do you end up deciding to say, okay, UJ is the one after? Because I'm sure most of them did accept you. So how do you end up choosing UJ?
Actually, they took longer to accept me.
Really?
So on the day we got our matric results,
Mhm.
UJ was the first.
Oh,
And I
okay.
knew I had to go with UJ.
Okay.
So when they came to me and they were like, no, we're happy with your result,
Mhm.
everything's sorted and stuff, I was so excited. I remember at the time I was visiting my aunt,
Mhm.
and then I quickly called my dad. I was like, no, I'm coming to Peck. I'm going to Johannesburg and stuff. Yeah. Coming from a small town.
Yes.
And I was so excited. So actually, I would say like UJ chose me,
Mhm.
and I'm glad it did.
Okay, no, that's great. I want us to linger there. I love that you mentioned that you're from a small town and then you're moving into this big city. Didn't that make you feel anxious? Or actually, rather, how did that make you feel moving from a small town and then now you have to come to Johannesburg. You're on your own. You need to move to rest and all of these things. How did you feel about that whole process?
So at first, it's so scary,
Mm-hmm.
but I had a supportive dad.
Okay.
So he made everything like seem very simple.
Mm-hmm.
So I packed and then he actually came with
Mhm.
me. We found a room and all of
Mhm.
that because I had to look for a place to stay and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. It was so scary. Like for the first time, I'm on my own. I have
Mhm.
to cook for myself.
Yeah.
I have to make sure everything is fine. But because I was like an independent person,
Mhm.
so the change wasn't like really, really bad.
Okay.
So I did gradually like I found my way.
Mhm.
And it worked out very well and I made friends.
Mhm.
So I know like I would meet these people where I was staying and then I had also varsity friends
Mhm.
like in class. So maneuvering from a small town to a big city also, it was a bit scary.
Mhm.
And at the back of my head, I was like, keep your eyes on the ball.
Mhm.
Just don't drop the ball
Yeah.
because you never know. Because the
Mhm.
stories we've had about Joburg, it's a lot.
I can imagine.
It's a lot. So I knew I had to keep my eyes on the ball
Yeah.
and like make sure I come with this degree
Mhm.
because I don't have a choice. So it was one thing that was always on my mind.
Okay. And when I think about it, in a small town, phela, abantu bazothini? They will know that you went to Joburg and you came back without the thing that you were sent.
Queen Esisu, one of the things is don't
You
come
can't
back
come
with
back
the
pregnant. No,
no,
you can't.
you can't.
I hear you. That's actually very interesting. So, and then now this is like your first week. Orientation is done. How was your transition from high school into university? Do you think university prepared you for what do you think high school prepared you for what university was?
Oh no, honey, no, 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 no. I thought I was smart
Okay.
until I sat in that class
Yeah.
and I realized there's people who are smarter than me.
Yeah.
And I needed to work hard.
Mm-hmm.
So high school, no, it didn't prepare me. There was a lot I had to adjust to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you're studying for your matric, I know we put in the effort,
Yeah.
but with university, it's extra effort.
Mm-hmm.
The terminology is no longer the same.
Yeah.
This is law. This
Mhm.
is something that I've never done in my whole
Mhm.
life. So sitting in that room, I felt so small for the
Mhm.
first time in my life,
Mhm.
and I felt so dumb.
Sure, shucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you, and I can relate because now you're seated there, you're thinking you're from creme de la creme, you are from the orange carpet, you had 5 distinctions, you had this, you had that, and you sit with people that had 10 distinctions, or even if they didn't have 10 distinctions, you sit with people that have an understanding of subject because maybe they have family that are lawyers and so on and so on, and you know absolutely nothing. So how did you come out of that little rabbit hole of saying, okay, I know nothing? What actually made you start feeling a little bit confident and comfortable that, you know what, actually, I belong here?
So I told myself that I'm actually capable of being here. I
Mm-hmm.
did qualify first of all.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I can actually like be in this space.
Yeah.
And then I started meeting like new people.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're sharing your stories with people,
Mm-hmm.
you feel at ease.
Yes.
And then now you start actually like, okay, like I'm calm now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this person has their own story.
Mm-hmm.
At least they somehow feel what I'm feeling. So I'm not alone in
Yeah.
this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, meeting people in that class actually
Okay.
helped.
No, love that. And then what is the worst thing to happen to you in university where you actually started second guessing if it was worth it or if you should even be there? Like, yeah.
That was failure.
Okay.
Oh, actually, it wasn't failure. It
Mhm.
was me getting a 50.
Okay.
I'm not a 50 or an average person.
Yes.
So me
Yeah.
getting the 50 in psychology
Mm-hmm. No, but
was
psychology was tough.
it
Like
was tough.
I
It was
heard, I
like,
even left after the first week. I went to one psychology class,
and
and
then
then
it
I'm
changed.
like, "What is this? Why are we dissecting the brain?"
Exactly.
I'm like, "No, guys." Then I had a friend who was in psychology as well. She used to tell me how they would set up multiple choice questions that were so hard.
It was so hard. And like the first test, I got like, I think it was 50 something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is this really me?
Yeah.
A 50?
Mm.
Because this is like, I'm a 70, 80
Mhm.
person. So I
Yeah.
was like, yo, okay, I need to up my socks. Yeah. Those were one of the things like we faced. But
Yeah.
yeah.
How did you come back from it?
So knowing I was so scared of failure,
Mm-hmm.
knowing myself, I made sure that I pushed myself
Okay.
so hard that that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were told, no, this is university. 50 is like a pass mark, so don't stress. But I'm
Yeah.
like, At 50 is something, if you get and you're more comfortable with,
Mhm.
you have nothing to fall back on.
Mm.
So I actually made sure I studied hard to at least like maybe 60 or 70,
Mhm.
and then knowing like I'll fall into that 50 instead of
Mhm.
like failing
Okay.
dismally.
No, that makes sense. And then are there any study techniques that you think students coming from high school or even people that are still in uni that they could use to make university studying easier? What were your methods?
So my methods was actually studying in a group.
Okay.
So study on my own first,
Mm-hmm.
and then get in a group, and then we discuss.
Okay.
So that actually helps because other people interpret things differently,
Mm-hmm.
and then others catch faster, or maybe like they've gone through the bulk of the work before
Mm-hmm.
you. So having that discussion helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This journey doesn't need you to be alone.
True.
So what I
Yeah.
can say is like find a study partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, and I think you're right, man. I think one of the things that I've learned in the past couple of years is that community is very important. You cannot do anything without community. And I remember with our class, I think we were so united in such a funny way. I remember, do you remember Valencia? She
I
once
remember
did a
her,
song.
yeah.
I don't know if it was herself and someone, they did a song of Latin terms.
Yeah,
And it was
we were singing it before that. Actually, it was before the exam.
Yes.
And we were singing that song. Oh, but it was so funny.
Yes, and it was circulating, and we had groups, even like with quizzes. Like I remember, I moved to politics, right, as an elective. I remember we had a group for politics where one person opened the quiz, who
Yeah.
allowed themselves to be a sacrificial lamb, but they wouldn't do it on their own.
Yeah.
There would be a group somewhere at the library. They would try
And
and
answer the
do
questions
the
together.
quiz, and then they would screenshot the questions, share the questions, and it worked out.
It worked out because I remember even in the morning, we'd
Mm.
like be there an hour earlier before the exams.
Yes.
And then we're all sitting in the corner, like it was different groups.
Mm.
Everyone just there with their groups, and then we're studying, we're brainstorming. But it was amazing.
It
So
was
doing it alone won't work.
It really
Definitely won't
won't.
work.
It won't work. Okay. And then now you are now comfortable with university and everything. What was the plan? What were you going to do with the LLB degree?
Actually, I didn't know. I just knew I had to study
Okay.
with law, or like actually I thought, okay, after I pass this degree, I'm just gonna get a job.
Okay.
I didn't know I had to apply for articles like in my third year.
Okay.
So I found out in my fourth year
Okay.
that I needed to apply for articles,
So
which is the job that I wanted.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So all along you are just cruising nicely. Utholela ama-A wakho, you're
Yeah, pass
moving nicely.
nicely. I'm happy. And also I'm having a little bit of fun. It's
Yes.
varsity.
Yeah.
Then the Saturday we'll go out, like have
Mhm.
fun. Okay. And I'm still like I haven't even wrote a sub.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, everything's going fine.
Everything's good.
I'll get
Well.
the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm chilled.
So, and then also, as you're doing all of this, nobody mentions articles to say, hi guys, I'm
Mm-mm.
signed or something.
Nothing. Like basically, and I was one of those that will go to campus,
Mm-hmm.
get into class,
Mhm.
and then leave.
Yes, okay. No,
Yeah.
and then so you wouldn't know any.
Like I wouldn't know like what other people are discussing from our class because I will just get into the lecture and then leave.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah.
No, I hear that. Then I want you to take us to that day or how this happens where you realize, Guti, actually, you need to get articles.
So I remember there was a friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
and then now we started applying. It's the fourth year. I think it was also like mid-July or
Mhm.
August,
Mm-hmm.
and we're panicking. Everything's closed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh.
So how did you guys find out that you had to do articles?
Like it was, I think we had either from someone or there was, I think, UJ had some
Career fairs?
seminars
Yes.
and career affairs.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we actually found out.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember it was during that career fair because I think it was yearly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start hearing articles and you're like, what's this? And then now you go on the internet, everything's closed. Like, the big law firms,
Yes.
they've closed and
And
they're
the
like,
media
okay, you can
ones.
apply for 2026 or 2025. I'm like, it's only 2019. So
That's like 6 years from now.
I was traumatized. But then I said to myself, what's for me will come.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like life continued
Mm-hmm.
and I started panicking again towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's now November.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I go
You
back
still had
home?
nothing.
I had nothing.
Okay.
And I'm like, next day, do I go back home
Mm-hmm.
and do nothing? Then, okay, I was like, okay, maybe something will come up.
Mm-hmm.
So only, I think, not even mid, I think it was Feb 2020, I found articles.
Okay, so you went back home and you're just like,
I went back home without like me securing articles.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Because this opportunity like didn't come.
Mhm.
I didn't know of this.
Mhm.
So, but I trusted the process. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then now in 2020, you eventually get articles.
And can I tell you how I found my articles was
Yes.
door to door.
Really?
So I would print CVs.
Mm-hmm.
So my aunt is from the Val.
Okay.
So I was with her at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like sent CVs through via emails
Mhm.
and door to door.
Okay.
And then one day someone emailed
Mm-hmm.
and they say, no, we have a position for a candidate attorney.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started then in Feb.
Okay.
That was 2020.
And then, so now, did you ever think of it like, okay, you are a brilliant student, you're not average. Now you have, I'm assuming that this law firm was a small law firm, right? Then now you have to go serve articles at a small law firm. Did it in any way impact you, or did it make you feel some type of way, or you're just happy to be there?
I was just happy I found a job.
Okay.
And most importantly for me was like, don't waste time.
Okay.
If this opportunity presented itself to you, it's a
Mhm.
small law firm, but take it.
Okay.
And as for the salary,
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. I love people
Sana.
who bring up money before I
Sana.
do.
the salary,
How much were you getting paid?
that was in 2020, I was getting paid 4K.
4,000 for candidate attorney articles.
And then we were debating this with my dad, and he
Mhm.
was like, no, it's a good opportunity because
Mhm.
at the moment you don't have anything.
Mhm.
So I'll help with the other things.
Okay.
So take the opportunity. I was
Mhm.
so fortunate enough.
Mhm.
Yeah. And at the time, with us, they wanted us to have a driver's license.
Yes, it
They
was
wanted
those
us to have a
times.
car.
Mhm.
My dad was even thinking of like selling one of his cars to get me like a smaller car.
Shucks.
Like it was a lot, but I loved the fact that he also pushed me
Yes.
into making the right decision.
Mhm.
It also felt somehow that okay, it's a small law firm
Mhm.
and the pay is small.
Mhm.
But then he made me realize that you're not used to a salary.
Mm.
So take this now
Mhm.
because at least I can still support you with certain things
Mhm.
and then you can have like a basic life.
Mhm.
So don't look for like a huge amount because you just started working.
You're not gonna be a corporate bed.
Exactly. Man, I looked at like a 4K. Yeah. That 4K.
No, I hear you.
And I pushed through, friend, and COVID happened. The
Okay.
worst thing to ever happen to me.
Like to everyone. Like I think, yeah.
With me, I
COVID
lost
did a
my
number.
job.
Oh my god.
The same job I was so excited about, I lost it.
So wait, you started in Feb, right? I think
Yes.
COVID officially hit
March.
March, ne? So you were only there for a month.
A month and a half.
Shucks.
And then COVID hit. This lady's like, okay, no, go home and then we'll recoup like once everything has been lifted with the restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see it, it's May, nothing happens. I think at the end of May, I get a letter of termination from her.
Shucks.
Yeah, I remember I was crying that day.
Oh,
And
man.
I was like, yo, what is happening to me? Like,
Mm.
how am I starting my career like this?
Mm.
So it happens, termination. Go back to my dad again, shame. And it's like, no.
Special shout out to present dads.
You know what? And he's like, no, it's okay. It
Mhm.
happens. It's life.
Mm-hmm.
Continue staying. I'll pay the rent and stuff. And like, well, you'll find something.
Mm-hmm.
June, I'm still at home. July, I go for an interview, like early July.
Okay, so you were still applying during
I
COVID.
was still applying, girl. And I was applying for articles
Mm-hmm.
and also like a normal job in retail.
Oh,
Because
okay.
at the back of my head, I'm like, I can't go back home. Because
Mhm.
me going back home, that means like I'm just gonna be like doomed. Like you know how small town is.
Yes, you just sit there,
So
you don't know
you
what
sit there,
to
you
do, you
don't do
become
anything.
comfortable. You're like,
Your
go
mindset
high.
changes.
Yes.
So I was like, no, I need to like find something that's
Mhm.
gonna keep me going.
Mm-hmm.
So I apply everywhere, and then also that job, I
Mhm.
got it through door to door.
Okay. Mhm.
So I'm fortunate enough, I get invited to an interview.
Is this for articles?
For articles.
Okay.
I go, and then it goes nicely sharp. I'm like, okay, seems like I got the job.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you, they took forever to let me know if I got the job.
After
I
how
kept
long did they come
phoning,
back to you?
Phoning, because I started in August.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like early July when I
Mhm.
went.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started the 3rd of August. I still remember very well.
Mm-hmm.
So that took like them 3 weeks.
Okay.
And I kept
But
also
show me,
saying,
3 weeks is better. You know, employers will make you sit for 6 months. You even forget about them, and then they're like, "Hey, actually, you start tomorrow," and then what? Tatazela, no.
and then you're wondering if this is for you or what.
Yes,
I
yeah.
think for me, one of the scariest part was like, now time is time is moving.
Yeah.
So I need to know if this is for me or not.
Or not. Yes.
Yeah,
And
so
you
that I
become so
know
impatient.
exactly. And
Yeah.
you know, the whole day was long. I realized that the day was longer when I was not working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No, I hear you.
that's what made me actually like phone every single like day to these people and say, "Are you hiring me or what?"
What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad I was pushy
Mm-hmm.
because then I got a call and they said, "No, you can start like in August," and I was so excited. And I'm glad I actually got the job because it shaped who I am today.
Okay, love that. And then
Yeah.
that's where you finished your articles. Is that where you still are?
And no, I
Okay.
actually did my articles with them. And then closer to my time of being admitted as an attorney, I got pulled into conveyancing.
Okay.
I realized, okay, I love conveyancing, and they actually groomed me. And then I wrote conveyancing from there, and then that's how the conveyancing career started.
Okay. Okay. So I want us to linger there, right? So you do your articles, and then as you're doing your articles, did you ever think, even from uni, that you'd be a property lawyer? Was it ever in your books, or you never really even thought about different fields of law? You just thought, I just gotta get a job.
I never actually thought I'll be a property lawyer.
Okay.
So getting into articles from uni, all you know is like you're gonna go to court every day.
Yes.
And
True.
I got into that space. Actually, we briefed advocates for courts. I only did like few appearances in
Yeah.
court.
I only
And
did one.
I did about 5 or 6, and I realized, no, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So at that point, I didn't even know I'm gonna go into the property space.
Okay.
It was only after my board exams that I passed, and then my boss was fortunate enough and say, "No, you actually have like a good attitude, and your brains are good. So come into convincing, see how it is." And I went into that space, and I bloomed.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I want us also to linger there. I love what your boss says, and I know that sometimes we tend to want what we want when we want it, but it's also very important to maintain a positive attitude. You know, like your boss said, Uti, you have a positive attitude, you know how to do the work. Because sometimes you can know how to do the work, but your mind is at the wrong space. So I actually commend you for having the right mindset. But also, I want you to let us in on the part where you decide to do conveyancing. Also, weren't you scared? Like right now, I think about conveyancing a lot, ne?
Yeah.
But I'm always like, yo, having the record of getting a 3. Yeah. You know,
It's a 0, and someone got a 0. I'm like, okay.
you know, I always laugh at the memes on Facebook when someone said, hi guys, my principal wrote a conveyancing and the results are out. I mistakenly saw his LPC number. I checked, he got a 0. And the next time he tries to give me an instruction, I'll remind him of his 0.
The 0, you got the 0. When you think you're clever than me, you got a 0.
So how do you decide to then write the conveyancing exam?
Actually, I was pushed actually by my boss. So it's so nice how she saw a potential in me,
Okay.
something that I also like didn't see in myself.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you must try it. Like, you must like get into the exams. I was like, oh, okay. Me studied. So there's a friend that I met during PLT practical. Yeah.
About you.
Oh, I'll meet people who know me.
I think about you.
So she's a very close friend of mine. I met her then, and then she was in the conveyancing space. So she did her articles like in conveyancing.
Okay.
Unlike me, who was in litigation.
Oh, so her law firm was conveyancing through and through. Okay.
Yes. So then we were chatting, and I'm like, okay, my boss says I'm a side conveyancing. She's like, yeah, no, friend, try. I'm gonna get you the notes. And can I tell you, I didn't buy the notes. She got me the notes.
Okay.
And then I studied so hard, guys, only for me to fail.
This is your first attempt.
First attempt. I got a 23. Sure. And then the other paper was, I think, was a 10.
10, friend.
Yeah. And I was
And I'm
so
sure when you did
disappointed.
the exam, you felt like, yeah.
No, I
did
thought
the
I've
most.
got this.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was like, I was saying, okay, I'm going to get double admission. So, you know what? I need to pass these exams.
And
Because I've passed my board exams. I'm just waiting for the term to pass for my contract to end so that I can apply for admission. So I'm like, if I pass these exams, double admission.
double admission.
It was lingering in my mind. Double admission. And then guess what? A 23 and like a 10
Sure.
from exams.
I can imagine. I'm sure that was excruciating.
It was devastating.
Yeah.
for someone who's like not used to failing,
Yes.
for someone who's so scared of failure.
Mm-hmm.
But then I told myself I need to push through.
Okay.
I started loving convincing. So I said, no, I need to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then now we're writing for the second time.
Okay.
And the friend is also writing too.
Okay.
So I have a study partner now.
Okay.
It goes nicely.
Mhm.
After work, like 6 o'clock to 8, we study together. She now like got a conveyancer that's assisting us.
Mhm.
Like she devoted her time, that conveyancer,
Mhm.
to actually help us with the
Explain concepts
terminology,
and all of that.
all of that and stuff. So we write. This is the second time for me. It's her first time. We passed.
Really.
Like, and with almost the same marks. So at some point I was like, I think our brains were the same.
They were the same. So you passed both your papers and then
For the second attempt, and yeah.
okay, that's nice. So to a person that's getting ready to write their conveyancing exam now or their board exams, what would you advise them? What would you say to them?
So I realized with my first attempt, actually with convincing, I
Mhm.
started late.
Okay.
So with everything, prepare on time.
Mm-hmm.
So because it helps you to remember your maneuvering, being an adult,
Mm-hmm.
being a student who's studying,
Mm-hmm.
also being like a person who's
human
working.
being, yes.
Like you're working now. It's like
Mhm.
from 8 to 4,
Mm-hmm.
you're working, and then from there you need to study.
And you're someone's friend, you're someone's boyfriend,
Or, like,
girlfriend.
you're a
Yeah.
daughter, you're a friend.
Yes,
Like
yes.
there's so much
Yeah.
bullying. So prepare early. It helps you a lot because
Mhm.
you don't have to panic.
Okay.
Also, you set your mind that okay, this is like an everyday thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you casually like do it every day, because that's what worked for me with
Mhm.
convincing, we'll study like every day.
For how long?
So that would be like from 6 to 8 on weekdays. And then on the Saturday, we meet at a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be like from 9 until 2 or 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also on the Sunday, and then we do it online.
Okay.
Like these things were done online
Oh,
actually.
that's nice.
But
so how long
having
did you
someone
guys
to
do
be
it?
with. So we wrote the exams in April. So we started like late Jan.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we wrote in April.
For about 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I love that. And then to a person at home who may be wondering, what does a conveyancer do? What is your role? I mean, I can talk to my uncle Sbu and say, Uncle Sbu, please sell me grandma's house. Here's the money. I'm moving in. Why must I have? Where does a conveyancer fit in? What do you guys do?
So what we do is we move ownership from
Okay.
A to B.
Okay.
So A has to actually sell the property to B, and then that's the process we do. We do the deed searches to actually see that actually A owns this property, and then to see if there's any other endorsements of the property that will make this transaction not go through, that we have to deal with first. And sometimes it's deceased estates.
Mhm.
You inherit the property from your mother or your aunt, and we also do those transfers.
Yeah.
It just like doesn't move. With Black people, if a person passes away, they just move into the house.
Yes, you
And
know
life
what's funny?
continues.
Yesterday evening, I was actually talking to my dad, right? I was talking to my dad where he was telling me that they also need to go through the process of changing their parents' home. So initially, it was my grandfather's house, right?
Okay.
Then he passed on. Then it was supposed to be changed to the mother's thingy, the mother's name, but it was never changed.
Yeah.
Then the mother passed on. Now these kids, right? So then he was explaining because it's in a different jurisdiction. So he was telling me how now they first need to pay a fee or have a conveyancer system move it from the dead to the mother, from the mother to then the
To the
king.
current ones,
Yes, to them basically.
Yeah.
Because apparently if they don't do that, then it can also be taken by the state because the owners died a while ago.
a while back.
Yeah, so when you say that, actually, yeah, it really makes sense.
So with convincing, we follow the sequence of events.
Okay.
So it can't move from A to D.
Okay.
So A had kids. It
Mhm.
depends on how they wanted the estate to be distributed. We need to follow that.
Okay.
And then it must move from that person who passed away
Mhm.
to whoever is the rightful heir.
Or-
And then the rightful heir decides what they want to do. And then if it's the person has died, the one that was supposed to get the property, we move it into the estate.
Okay.
And then from that estate to whoever must inherit, or if they decide to sell it. So it always has to follow the sequence.
With certain
And now
procedures.
it's a lot of money because each transaction.
Yes, yo.
So
I
we're not gonna
know.
say we charge you for one transaction.
You
So
charge
moving it for all of them because of the work. That's what I do.
I was laughing at my dad when he says to me, yo, he has the problems like me. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I feel like I don't have peace. Every time I think I'm gonna have a lot of money,
I
something
have to
comes
pay
up.
something.
Then when
Yeah.
he was telling me the figures of the transfer costs and so on, I'm like, shucks, that's a lot.
And I think with nowadays, when people buy a property, they do qualify for bonds, but they forget there's
Yeah.
costs. That's your
Yeah.
bond costs and that's your transfer costs. So yeah, it's still one of the biggest challenges we deal with.
Mm-hmm.
That the client has qualified for a bond,
Mhm.
everything's sorted, but they don't have the money to pay our fees.
Mm.
So and we can't continue until they have that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's crazy. So what's the worst thing that clients worst mistake that clients make that you see it's repetitively made?
I think it now the clients, the mistake they do is mainly when it comes to the properties they buy.
Mm-hmm.
They like buying the properties in their personal capacities.
Okay.
And sometimes it's a big problem.
Mhm.
So rather put it in a trust,
Mhm.
then you know it's safe,
Mhm.
and then you also have beneficiaries on that trust,
Mhm.
and then with the transfer cost you save, so it
Mhm.
doesn't have to move from your estate when you passes away. So I think that's one of the biggest mistake they are doing because now it causes a lot of problems for their kids and stuff.
Mhm.
But if it's in a trust, you know there's beneficiaries,
Mhm.
then it stays in that trust.
Mhm.
It doesn't even get attached. And people go insolvent, remember.
Yeah.
So in your personal capacity, if you own any asset, you
Mhm.
can get attached. It's part of that application for insolvency. And so it's a lot.
Also, guys, don't get ideas here and use trust to avoid your liabilities.
Exactly. There's still capital gains. There's still, like, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Those are the things you need to consider as well. Yeah.
No, I hear you. What's the toughest thing about your job?
Is there anything tough? I think it's when we
Or
dealing,
maybe challenging.
the challenges will always be, I think, when you're doing developments.
Okay.
So those are your sectional titles, like
Okay.
your flats and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because there's like always something there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the biggest challenge for me.
Okay.
Yeah. And then dealing with estates where it's like problematic and then the heirs are fighting and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then what do you love the most about your job that makes you not want to ever quit conveyancing?
Is the money that comes in quicker. With a conveyancing transaction, I get my money quickly. So that's one of the biggest things I love about my job. Yeah. But also it goes with saving.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing I love about my job is like saving the people.
Okay.
So, but yeah, the money part is, yeah, it's always there on the top. Yeah.
No, I think because like we all know, like I think there's a stereotype that goes around that conveyancing has money, property lawyers have money. So now I'm young, I've been admitted as a conveyancer. I'm like maybe first year, second year associate. What do you think is a reasonable salary I can accept?
It depends on where you are. I can't disclose. I can't disclose.
Go sheba o patela sharp wena too.
Shambam patela enough for a survive. Yeah, not sharp. Like it's just for me to survive. Yeah, just for me like to like pay my car, like the smaller car that I have, and like yeah, just the basics.
No, iseng motho wa ice tropez.
Oh no, thank. By the way, I don't drink anymore.
No, they say that all the time. No, I hear that. And then you decide, you know what, it's not enough to be an admitted attorney. It's not enough to be a conveyancer. You want to do notary. How were those exams? Are they tough? Or what was the process like? And please let us in on what do notaries do? What is the role of a notary? And can anybody do notary work?
So for you to actually be a notary, you need to first be an admitted attorney.
Okay.
So only then you can qualify to write your
So it's a
exams.
prerequisite for you to be.
Yes, you must have passed your board exams pending admission. And then also like for you to get admitted as a notary, you must have been admitted as an attorney.
Okay.
Or if you like enough, you can do it at the same time, double admission. So with that, it's exams. Like
Okay.
likely it's one paper, but
Is it also tough?
I don't know. Whoever sets those papers,
Is it tougher than convincing?
no, not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the issue? Is it the length? Is it the content? Or what's
It's the content
problem?
because remember now you drafting the actual documents. There's no template. With law, we know you have templates.
Okay.
So now in this exam, you have to draft this from scratch. So you need to memorize like every single wording. Like you need to know everything. So it is also tough. But can I tell you, I passed that on my first try.
First attempt. That is so nice, friend. And how long did you take to prepare?
So after we passed in April, we were like, okay, now notary.
Mhm.
That we wrote in September.
Okay.
So first from that, conveyancing, we went to notary.
Mm-hmm.
So we wrote in September. We started preparing from June.
Okay.
Yeah, it was so hard studying in like June because
Mhm.
it's so cold.
Yes.
At some point, I was like, is this really worth it?
Yes, it's giving
So cold.
desperado.
And I'm like, I still have to wake up and go to work. Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing to myself?
Yeah.
But then, yeah, that happened. We
Mhm.
prepared. Also, I was studying with the same friend.
Okay.
She was now
No,
writing.
I need your friend. Karish will help me
No,
get
my
my
friend is there. We
doctorate.
call each other even now. What a friend. Okay, how do I do this? Like, no, she's actually
think
my
she's
best
the
friend in law. And then friend is like, no, friend, I got the notes.
Mhm.
We want to push this thing.
You push it.
She's doing it the second time. I'm doing it the first time.
Mhm.
We passed again.
That is so
So, yeah.
lovely. With notary, so what do notaries do? Like, what do you guys do? If a person is
So-
wondering, what do? Is there actually a practice which is a notary practice specifically only, or you have to be doing other things as well?
So if you the with the work,
Mm-hmm.
it's a practice within a practice, like
Okay.
not on a standalone
Oh,
because
okay.
the money is not that much.
Okay.
So what we do is your antinuptial contracts,
Okay.
we draft and we notarize that.
Mhm.
So only a notary can do that. So
Okay.
you as an attorney, you can draft, but you need me and my stamp to actually yes.
So you guys confirm more in community and
Yeah, community. So one of the biggest things we do is the antinuptial contracts.
Okay.
And then also when you have your sectional titles, properties, so those are your units that are in a complex or in an estate. They sometimes have a separate garage or a storeroom. So that title deed is you need a notary.
Okay.
So yes, a conveyancer can do it, but you need a notary for that to actually notarize the documents. And we also authenticate documents that are being used out of the country
Okay.
so that when it goes on the other side of the world, they know that, okay, this official from South Africa has actually authenticated that this document is fine and stuff. Yeah. And there's also apostille. So those are the things also that are associated with documents that are being used outside of the country. Yes. And what else? Yeah. There's also people now, it's one of the requirements that people have to get their documents like certified by a notary.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
And I know it's your medical students and stuff because when they have to apply, because I've done those quite for quite a time. So I know it's people in the medical industry that will want us to actually like stamp their certificates with the notary stamp.
Okay, so they don't go to the police station like as
No,
but
they specifically say a notary, not a
Okay.
commissioner of oath. So they specifically say like a notary. So I believe to say we are special people, eh?
No, you're very important. When
Very
I say
important.
I'm calling my important friend, I'm calling her the high ups. I can let me confirm with the high ups.
You know, yeah. So,
Sure.
yeah.
And what has been the most pivotal moment of your career journey thus far? Where you saw like with your, actually my life is actually turning out for the good and I was not expecting this.
I think was me when I was getting my third admission as a notary.
Yeah.
I realized, sorry, I've actually accomplished everything.
Mm-hmm.
And can I tell you, I'm a master's dropout, by the way.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah, you don't remember I was doing my master's?
Ngiyakhumbula phela. No, actually, I thought you got it.
Oh no, I'm a dropout, by the way, and a proud one. Like,
I thought you got it. Actually, because I remember we once had this conversation. I don't know what we were talking about, but I remember we once spoke about the whole master's chat. And I thought, what, look, you finished and all of that. You just didn't post because village people and stuff.
so in the middle of me writing convincing, I was busy with my master's.
Then you had to pick.
Yes, then I had to pick one because I couldn't jungle like both. And I picked convincing. And I'm glad I did. And I actually never got a chance to go back to my master's because now I had notary to study. Because being a conveyancer and a notary was like a full package. If you get the work, you don't have to now like go and outsource a notary. So when I got my third admission, I was like, I'm really married. Hey, like now things are turning out good. And then I also like then got a job when I was like mostly in conveyances. that's when I started learning a lot. So I realized at that moment, oh yeah, no, I needed these admissions.
Okay,
I
no.
actually needed them. Yeah.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
Would you recommend that a person becomes a triple threat?
Honey, if you can, why not?
Okay.
Because also, if you want to venture into property, yeah, already you are an attorney, and then now you get into convincing. You don't want to now like be looking for a notary for your work.
Okay.
It also takes time because sometimes people are not there to actually fit you in their
Yeah.
schedule. So and if you start your own practice, you are everything. You don't need to outsource because at some point when you're starting, you don't have the money to pay other people.
Yeah, no, that's
So if you are like a full package, that money comes to yourself.
yes.
So I would say if you have the brains, you have the time, push for it.
No,
That's
love that.
definitely a good thing.
Love that. And then since you had this boss, right, or this principal who saw potential in you, who kept pushing and so on, how did it make you feel, or how did you deliver the news that, look, babe, now I'm the hot property, I'm leaving? I'm joking, not like that, but how did you then let her know to say, look, I'm grateful, I am leaving now, I've got another opportunity? And what made you start applying elsewhere?
What made me start applying was the fact that I was in litigation and in convincing.
Okay.
So it felt like I've actually gotten more experience in litigation. It's time for me to explore convincing.
Yeah.
So at the space I am, I won't be able to bloom much because I'm jungling both. Remember your mind also, like you need to set your mind straight and say,
Yeah.
okay, like I'm doing one thing. So I couldn't handle that anymore. And then it was so sad because this person built me. Like they
Basically,
built my career.
yeah,
So
true.
it was so sad. I remember like I was so scared. Like Phew. Like I was so scared delivering the news. I started writing a letter first. I'm like, okay, it's better she reads the letter first, and then I then deliver the news. So she then reads the letter, and then I got called. I delivered the letter. It was in the afternoon. Thing.
So you wrote an actual physical letter.
Yes.
Yo, you
I
went
put
personal.
my heart out there. That letter. You know when you like thinking the opportunity.
Yes,
Like,
and you
okay,
appreciate
I'm
it.
so grateful for this and that. Like, and then unfortunately, she read the letter that afternoon before I even left for home.
Okay.
I was like, oh God, I get called.
Also, you were hoping that she reads it when you're called.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm gonna like deal with this thing like tomorrow morning when I'm
Yeah.
fresh.
Yeah.
So, and then there was, and then she's like, "Are you really, really sure you wanna?" Like, she didn't wanna let me go. But I told her like I had to choose like myself and my career. It was kind of painful for me as well, and for her. What I like is that we didn't break those bridges.
Okay.
Even still today, I call her for some advices, and we still talk. So, but yeah, I must say it was one of the hardest things to do because it's like my whole career started there.
Yeah.
So these people like are my family. So yeah, but I got through it. Yeah.
No, I think it's always tough having these types of conversations, especially when you're leaving a space, not because something bad happened,
Yeah.
but because you're pursuing your greater self. I remember, so when I initially got articles, right, I got articles at a particular law firm, Happiness. Then 2 months in, a law firm that had said they'll come back to me, decides to come back to me like 8 months later. And it's a dream kind of law firm. Like I'm like, oh, I love this. And I remember having to go tell one of the partners who I was serving under that I'm leaving. And she said to me, what's wrong? And I looked at her, I'm like, do you want the truth or an answer that makes sense? And she said to me, tell me the truth. I was like, the honest truth is I've gotten articles elsewhere and I think it's a better law firm for me because of the work that they do. It was kind of sad because you've already like created a relationship and
With this
rapport,
person.
and there are like mentorship programs and things in place to sort of help you grow and so on. But yeah, I had to have that tough conversation. And she let me go. I also still have like a WhatsApp number and so on. So I think it's always important also to have those tough conversations because unfortunately, I always say this to people: where your career is concerned, you are
Choose
the driver.
yourself.
Literally,
Choose yourself because you know
the
what?
driver.
And that person has lived their career.
True.
Like they've lived their life and they've explored in their career.
Mhm.
So they're far ahead. But she was an older person.
Yes,
So it came to me like you're choosing yourself in this.
literally.
Even though it's hard,
Mhm.
when it comes to your career, guys, like it's you or nothing.
It's true.
Always.
I certainly agree because I think often we're so afraid. I know there are people that have not resigned or left certain spaces
Yeah.
because they are afraid of how maybe their leader will perceive them or how their leader has helped them in difficult times and so on. So I think I would say choose yourself and have the tough conversation. If
Exactly.
not you, then who?
And we try to avoid the tough questions. I don't know why.
Yeah, and
It's like in nature. It's like it's in all of us. We try and avoid
and
it.
unfortunately, if it doesn't, if it doesn't happen today, or if you don't do it now, it's gonna happen anyway.
It must happen.
But it has to happen. So I definitely I am pro choosing yourself. So let's say, for instance, today I say I'm taking you out on a date, but I'm leaving you with a special somebody, and that special somebody is 18-year-old Nelly Siwe. What do you think she would say to you, and what would you say to her?
I think the 18-year-old will be like, we really pushed her
Yeah.
through everything. I'm just gonna share a little bit of my story because so I grew up without my mom, and when I got that second job, and my dad passed away like the same week.
You know,
And
I
it was
keep
like he
thinking
waited
that
for
he's
me.
still around.
No, he's not. He's like
Fuck,
he
so
waited
sorry,
for
man.
me. So the 18-year-old will be like, through this hardship, you push through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the new me now who's like, okay, you've achieved all of these things. You're like, okay, this is possible. And if you look down on the younger me, it's like you've actually paved who I am today because pushing through those exams in matric, like getting the distinctions and the stuff, studying through the night, it actually like shaped who I am today.
Yeah.
So I would say the younger Nelly, thank you so much for building the type of person I am today.
Okay, I love that. And I'm so proud of you, friend. So proud of you. And I'm so sorry about your dad. I'm sure he is so proud of you.
I'm definitely sure, yeah. He is because through everything we've pushed, eh?
Yeah, like I'm sure he's very proud of you. To a person that says, okay, would you study the LLB again? Like, given knowing what you know now, and given another opportunity to decide all over again, pharmacy or whatever the world has to offer, or LLB, would you still choose LLB?
Guys, at this point, there's nothing else I would rather do than law.
Okay.
I'm not good at anything except being a lawyer. So I would definitely like go back.
Okay.
Because I don't think I'm good at anything unless if I become a model, yeah.
Friend, you don't have special talents like singing, dancing.
I can't sing. I have 2 left feet, so I can't even dance.
You
So
can't draw.
nothing.
But
I
you
can
can
only use
draft
my
contracts.
brains. I can only use my brains. That's the only thing that I'm good at. Yeah. So yeah.
I hear that. And then to a person who you meet this young person and they ask you, do you think it's a good idea for me to study LLB in this climate? Would you say to them they should go ahead? What would your advice be to them?
So if it's really something they love, I would actually say go for it.
Yeah.
Remember, with law, it's very broad. And we found out this while we're now like in the space of articles and stuff that I can still do articles. And after that, get admitted as an attorney, go in house, be like a legal advisor, go into compliance and risk management. So there's like a lot to a LLB degree. So if it's something that you really love, go for it. And then you can still like do other things you'll explore as time goes on. Yeah.
No, love that. I'm pro LLB. Like, look, guys, AI will never replace lawyers. I say that on record. Like,
Yes, they can't. No, definitely they can't. Okay?
they can't. They
No,
won't.
they can't.
I want you guys to use this video 10 years from now because but
Yeah. Like we have the good brains, eh?
yes, we are the special people.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, you will need a human element of us. Like, and usually it is lawyers.
And it goes with experience
Yes.
because because this will be my 4th year as an attorney.
Yeah.
So me in my first year, I knew like a little bit.
Yes.
So now there's more that I know, and AI doesn't know that, and it's through experiences with the matters that I've dealt with. So AI hasn't dealt with some of the matters,
True.
so they don't know anything. So they'll always need a lawyer friend.
No,
Definitely.
I'm actually for that as well. And then to a person that is searching for a job, searching for articles, what would be your word of encouragement to them?
Now I would say, with searching for a job, put yourself in the market.
Okay.
Go out there, look for opportunities either on LinkedIn, link up with friends, like go to events.
Yeah.
Like when you go to events and you mingle with people, you start talking about, okay, this is the space I'm in. you meet someone that's actually like in the same space, or someone that knows like, okay, there's this opportunity available for this person. So the good thing is sell yourself, go out there, be it social media, because now we have social media, people are posting, go to events, and then you get to meet people there. So yeah.
Okay. And then if you knew when your last day would be, what would you want people to remember you for? When I tell my kids about Nelisiwe, or when my kids tell their kids about, oh, there was that convent, that was our mom's friend or our grandmother's friend, what would you want them to remember about you?
I would say like being a kind person and a loving, caring person, because that's who I want to be remembered.
Okay.
Like I'm the person that doesn't want to hurt people. Like I always want to see people smiling. So the kind, yeah, you say, okay, the kind one that always smiles. Yeah.
Okay. And then are you a reader or a podcast listener person?
Mm, I would say kind of both, because
Okay.
it all depends on where I am. So with podcasts, it's like you're listening, you don't have to read, because
Yeah.
I can do that while I drive or while I do whatever other things. So because reading sometimes does take a lot of my time. So I would say like a podcast, yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite podcast of all times?
That would be you.
Chubby.
Improvement 26.
Chubby, bathori ke o bribe-ile. Ba so
Okay, but do you know Hori, when I go out there, I'm like, you guys, it's like my friend's YouTube channel.
No, somebody told me, but there's your friend who tells us at gatherings. Sorry, yeah,
Like, please. And then there's Bumi, I think it's Windstorm and Wellness.
Yes, okay,
Yes, that's
Mpumi
one of my
yes,
favorites. So, yeah.
Okay. And then what is the most impactful book you've ever read that changed how you think, that changed your perspective?
Mm, which I haven't read in a while, hey.
Okay.
Like I've actually haven't read in a while. There's actually a book that you recommended to me.
Really?
Yeah, I
Let
don't know. I
me
forgot the name.
influence
I don't know. I
Amina.
forgot the name, and I read like about five chapters, and then that was it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you enjoyed it.
like I did enjoy
No,
it.
I really recommend good books.
Like with law, guys,
Mhm.
I've put like reading like on pause, because I've read a lot, hey.
No, I
Like,
understand.
and also on my daily basis, like we read. Yeah.
No, I completely understand. And then what is your favorite thing to do currently that you recently figured out to say, oh, I actually love doing this?
Oh, guys, I love gym and running.
Okay.
And that's what I love. Yeah. Like my day, like actually my entire life
You're like
revolves around fitness.
yeah, gym red.
Yes. Like
Okay.
I have to wake up 5 a.m., do gym, and yeah.
Okay, love that. And then what are your last parting words to somebody at home who is watching Employment Wednesdays for the first time and they're seeking answers concerning their careers and they are in a dark place? What would you say to encourage them?
So I would say that, when you are alone,
Mm-hmm.
like you don't bloom.
Mm-hmm.
So go out, like get some sunshine, hey? And the sunshine means going to a coffee shop,
Yeah.
buying yourself ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
While you're sitting there, you're gonna have like different thoughts. You're gonna see life differently. You're gonna see the light out there. And then at some point where you're sitting, someone's gonna say, "Come say hi. How are you?"
Mm-hmm.
And then you start like becoming friends, or like maybe Mjolo comes out of it. You never know. And then your Mjolo is gonna light up your life. But
Yeah.
don't stay in one place. Go out, like have some sunshine, like have coffee, have ice cream to make yourself feel better. Because when you feel better, you do good.
Okay.
So at some point, at that point where you're sitting outside, out of there, the place you used to, you actually now like have different thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, maybe I need to apply for this. While I'm sitting, maybe I need to call this. Maybe I need to register for a course.
Yeah.
So please stay out of get out of that place and like put yourself out there.
Okay, I love that. There's a saying that says depression hates a moving target,
does.
right? And I can relate to what you're saying right now to say get out of the house. Like even if it's taking a walk, like get fresh air, get like vitamin D, get the sun, because that actually really does help you change perspective. It helps you think better. Thank you so much, friend, for honoring my invite.
With
You know,
pleasure.
it always feels surreal when I interview my friends because it always feels like, oh my God, like you're goated.
Yeah, yeah. But I can say you have friends in high places, my friend.
No, guys, nah, my friends are higher
Yeah.
places. So thank you so much, friend, for honoring my invite. I'm wishing you the very best in your career, and I hope God continues to bless you, increase you, protect you, and guide you. I can't wait for us to run King 26.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're gonna
but
do the marathons with my friends. I can't wait for that as well, please.
I can't wait for us to do that. To everybody at home, if you have any questions regarding notary exams, conveyancing exams, you can leave them in the comment section, or you will see. Hey guys, no, don't flood my friends' DMs. If you're
My my Instagram is private, so yes, I'm there.
if you guys are going to engage with her on LinkedIn, but politely and professionally, so her user will be shared. And to everybody else that wants to watch the videos before Wednesdays, please join memberships. And everybody else, I will see you on the next Wednesdays. Happy Employment Wednesdays. Thank you.